Hello everybody, welcome to the ToddytheBody show. ToddytheBody here, Ftog Avant 3, ToddytheBody. Alright, here we are. This is going to be a long episode, just because I think what we are doing today I want to set up from start to finish with you, and try to explain as much as possible so that you guys can get a hang of this. It's a really fun system. We're going to be doing some more Rftools control today. I added a new building back there for our project. I did add something over here also. Might as well show it to you. I was wanting to make another large crate, and you have to use the empowered void crystals. So I just went ahead and I made this small little platform that just kind of hangs off there, and you can come out and look at the view. Maybe I'll put some ducks down in the pond. Not that they'll stay there. Yeah, and since we're over here talking about this, let me just show you real quick a change. Now, they're not all the same. This just happens to be the one for the void one. You don't use the dark quartz anymore. Each one has its own like separate thing. So if you're trying to make the empowered crystals and you're using the dark quartz and it's not working, that's why. Just check the recipe. It's got new recipes. Okay, so moving on here. And that block is just kind of all by itself. Yeah, leave that there. Okay, so I made this building over here. You can see I haven't done anything inside of it yet, so we are ready to go. I did change this area down here a little bit as far as the auto crafting. You see, it used to be over here. Now it's over here. I had some trouble. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I think when I was tweaking the program a little bit, I must have hit one of these little green dots, or I must have changed one of the parameters. I don't know, but I was moving this around. I was hanging from the ceiling. Not just kidding. I wasn't hanging from the ceiling. I just moved it from here to here. Made it a little bit streamlined. Got rid of the conduits that were hanging on top, because really the only things you need to power are the processor and the storage scanner. I added in modular storage here and a node, and one of the parts of the recipe here, let's go ahead and go into it. Destination inventory. This is asking where do you want the pieces. So like say if my end result was going to be sticks, and I need to craft planks first to make the sticks, it's asking me, well, where do you want the planks to go before we make the sticks? And so the destination I set was node Y on the south side, and that happens to be this one here. You can see it's on channel T. I named the node Y, and if you look that direction on the mini-map, that's south, which happens to be this modular storage, which is connected to the rest of the system. So if it is already looking inside of the control module for inventory or for pieces for the recipes, I would like to have the parts of recipes go back into the system so that it can continue to look in that same spot. So that's the change that we made there. Let's see what other change did we make. Instead of a chest, or instead of keeping our recipes inside here, now we're keeping them inside of a big crate. This is a single biggest storage block that I can find. The recipes still work when you have them on the last page, so I assume they'll work on the second page too. So modular storage goes up to 300 stacks. The big crate is more than 300. So if there's another storage system that is a single block, it doesn't work with easy storage, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Let me know, but otherwise this is what I'm going to use to keep my recipes. Okay, anyways, so there are a few pieces that we need to make. Oh, and let me show you one more thing. I've got a recipe inside here. Okay, MC Jetty, if you're watching, a feature that I would like to have, I would like to be able to search for the recipe that I want to do, or have it automatically sort alphabetically would be nice, or at least like by mod or something, because as you can see here, I got a search. It's sorted by the way that you do this, and you can't hit this button and auto sort because it'll just sort them all by crafting card. It won't go down and look at like what the item is. I have a recipe here for a Qubit cluster level 5. Might as well get into Quantum Flux. The thing that was keeping me from Quantum Flux before is the crafting or are the crafting recipes, I should say. So I went ahead and I made an entangler, and down. And we'll go down here and look underneath the solar array. So I've got the, it says creative, but it's not. It's a level 5. So if we right click on it, okay, it's full. You can see it's up to 312 million RF is stored inside there, so that's pretty cool. And then entangler, I haven't gotten any exciters yet. I'm not using them yet, but I will. Now that they're an option, I can do that instead of having these cubes all over the place. And then I went ahead and I attached the cluster to the power cells so that I can tap into that power also. But that was a test. The level 5 there was a test to see if I can, if the crafting system would do it, and it did. It did mess up a little bit, and then that's where I got the idea for doing this node thing with the modular storage, because if before I was having it send the parts of recipes back into the storage scanner, and I don't think that it was sending parts back into it fast enough, because if you look inside here, it's only got a single slot to put stuff back in, but if, you know, I don't know, this has more slots. So after I did this, I had no problems. So go ahead and do that for your system, and it should be a lot better than having the stuff sent back into the storage scanner. Okay, now let's get back on track there. What we want to do today, when I was making, what was I making? Oh, up here, I might as well just leave this down for the episode. Up here, get that, come back up, and get my wrench. Alright, now if we look in here, the one that's connected, I wanted the system to pull the pieces out as fast as possible so that the autocrafter could find it and then use the pieces. So I wanted to, you know, I guess the limit is 15 speed upgrades for the conduits. And the speed upgrades, let's see, can I check the recipe here? Well, let me, yes. It takes electric steel. Well, I ran out of electric steel, and I was thinking, hey, you know what? That would be a good project for today. Automating electric steel. You know, it's not like it's just about automating electric steel. It's going to lead into automating with machines instead of just recipes. You know, and getting into the more AE-like sort of functions or logistics pipes functions, depending on what your favorite is. So yeah, let's try to get started here. There are a few things that I need. I know I'll need some power. Ooh, let's use our exciters. Yeah, I don't have any yet. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll make 2. And there we go. And then I guess we need some of these upgrades so that we can get more power in there. Let's go ahead and make a stack. So 64. And if you didn't see that, here, I'll show you here. It's shift and click, and then you can put in a certain amount. So it's going to go through and do that thing. Another thing I had to do is I had to slow down the crafting process. Even though there are the locks on there, for some reason it was getting jumbled up. But second thought, I'm thinking maybe it was getting jumbled up because I was still sending stuff through the scanner instead of the storage. So the storage thing probably sorts out a bunch of problems. So it's got those coming. We will need an alloy smelter to make the electric steel. So I've got all the pieces here, and we'll need an static capacitor so that it's super fast. So let's go ahead and click that. Let's see if we can just do a whole bunch of recipes at once and it won't mess up. I haven't tried that. Okay, and where do we, here's our alloy smelter, so we'll get those two. And yeah, well, there's our 64, there's our capacitor, there's, man, look at this crafting machine. Isn't it great? I love it. And yeah, just go ahead and use MC Jetty's program here. I don't know if it can get any better, but if this is a good program, just use it. You know, we'll make our own programs, our own original programs for other things, but you know, why not use something that works already? Okay, so that's going to make that. I've got some power cells in here somewhere. Okay, I've got 2 here that I can use. Oh, that's right, we made the exciters. Duh. I want to make a processor and another programmer just so I don't have to hop over here to do everything. And I don't think that I have those recipes yet. So let's go ahead and lay out our empty crafting things here. Let's go and type in processor. Okay, processor. And I have a recipe for all of these, so that's fine. And then programmer. Okay, it didn't bring up programmer. Programmer. Okay, there we go. And I have the parts and recipes for all those other things. So let's go ahead and make that. Should be at the bottom. So one programmer and one processor. That was pretty fast. And that was fast too. Okay. And then we'll need plenty of conduits. Let's put those back. There we go. We'll need plenty of conduits, which I hope that we have. Let's just check. Yeah, that should be enough. Conduits, we can get chests and stuff. Oh, I need one of those programming cards. I need one of these. I don't know if I have that. No, I don't have that, but I think we're not going to add a recipe for that. I think it's just one of these and then some paper. So it's probably a lot easier just to go like this. And then you got it. Okay, and what else? Processors. We'll just take all these and throw them inside the machine. And what, a network card? Do I have a recipe for network card? I do not. Let's see what it takes. Network card. I think if I'm not really showing off the... I mean, we're almost there. Network card. There we go. Yeah. And then I need this... I need one of these here. Storage module control. I'm curious if I can have more than one of those storage module controls attached to one scanner. So I guess we'll... Oh, we're missing a crafting table. Hey, I've got a recipe for that. Just like that. Okay. And there it is. And there we go. So let's go ahead and do a little shift right clicky on that. Let's make sure that we can still craft things, and we can. Great. So that means the other one is... And it's also nice to be able to just shift click stuff inside there and send it into the system. And if we need anything else, we'll come back. Okay, so let's head on up and head on over. Okay, so it's kinda, I didn't set this down yet. I didn't make it yet. I haven't practiced with it yet. It's all impromptu. So, you know, we'll figure it out together. So let's go ahead and do the programmer. Do we have any more pieces that need power? The alloy smelter needs power. But they don't have to be next to each other, do they? Oh, I'm gonna need some nodes too. Hey, how about we put the programmer down? Not the programmer. I meant to do the processor. But with the exciters, I guess we don't need to have them all next to each other. I don't have to be conscious about where I have to put conduits and stuff. So let's feed these all in. For some reason you can't shift click them in, so we'll just do it like this. I know I don't need this many cores, but they're really easy to make, so you know we'll just do it anyways. Alright, then we've got one of those. We'll put one of these on top. I hope that's how that... Oh yeah, okay, it's getting power. Great. And then I'll put some more of the exciters in a little bit. Okay, now that we have some space here, let's think about what we are doing. Let's get some more space by putting this inside there. We need the nodes. I didn't grab nodes. Alright. I need to make paths for this place at some point. I know that I made a lot of nodes. 10 of them. Not going to need 10, but we'll grab them. On up here. There we go. Alright, so now let's do this. I think it will be cool, just so we can practice with nodes, if we have these things a little bit further away from each other. So let's go with chests. Let's take one. Yeah. Take one. Let's put this guy down. Space for a node around him if we need to. Let's put this guy down right here. And oh, I want it to do one more thing. Sorry guys. So sorry. What I want it to do, and it's right here, so I think all I need is a chest, and I think I have plenty of chests in the system. We want 2 of them, so 1, 2, well, can't stack them, huh? 1, 2, take that, and then we want the storage, the wireless storage block, and I'll show you what we're doing with this. Good, I can get one of those. And we'll just throw that right here so it gets power off of this. Great. And then now we are going to take this out of here, put it right in here, enable cross-dimensional even though we don't really need it, and then link both of these to this. There we go. And then now, let me shift click it so I get in the right spot. Now what we'll be able to do is, you know how I was saying it puts the pieces through the node and into this and back in the system? Now if I do that over in the dark steel area, it'll do the same thing. And it would help if I grab some modular storage too. And back down. You can put these crafting stations in a 17 by 17 by 17 area. I wish it was a little bit more wireless so I can put them in different places, because if I do want to autocraft, even though it is such a benefit, modular storage, okay, to have this, now I'm getting spoiled and I want to be able to access my autocrafting anywhere. But I think MC Jetty was saying that he was going to enable autocrafting through the handheld thing, but yeah. Alright, let's put this down here and then we'll start moving stuff around as we need to. Nodes, just throw that inside there, and put the capacitor inside here. And I guess we do need to give that some power too. Where'd my other exciter go? There it is. Here we go. And if these are truly the only 2 things that we need, hey, oh, alright, shift. It's a shift right click now. There we go. So at least you don't have to sit there and right click the whole stack onto them. And I think we're ready to get started. Okay, so here's the hard part. I'm going to have to think and talk at the same time. So let's get started. We don't have an event, and if you remember, event starts the program, so you have to start it with a yellow. Let's go ahead and do it right here. We don't have an event that will check item level in the inventory. So how we start this is we're going to start it with a timer. So every so often we're going to have this thing check to see if we have electric steel in our inventory. And what we are going to do is we're going to set it for 30 seconds. I think that's okay. Every 30 seconds it'll check to see if we have an amount in there. So 1 second is 20 ticks. 20 times 30 is, what is that, 600? Right? Yeah, 600. So every 600 ticks, or 30 seconds, it will check to see, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to count internal items eval thing. So what it does is it counts the amount of items in a specific slot or a certain type of external inventory adjacent to the processor or a connected node. Can also be used to count items in a storage scanner network, which is actually what we're going to be doing in a storage scanner network. And yeah, so we're going to have it look inside there, and we're going to have it look for dark steel. So let's go ahead and pop that on there and then start doing our thing. If we leave it blank, then that means it will look inside of the processor itself, and it'll look for one of these to find inventory. So that's good. We got that. So what's the next step here? It'll look in the slot. We don't have to do that because it'll just look in the storage. Item. It's going to look for electric steel. So we have to set that. Let's get ourselves a piece of electric steel. Hopefully I have. See, look at that, getting short. So we'll even get to see this thing because I think I'm just going to set it for a stack. Alright, let's go in the right thing. Right down here. Item and electric steel. Awesome. Great. Okay, let go, please. There we go. And then let's see what else we need. Or dictionary. No, we don't need routable. I don't think. What are the... Oh. I haven't messed with this. Yeah, let's not mess with it. Let's just keep it like that. Okay. And I think that's all it's... Seems like... I thought that... Oh, it's going to check the number. Okay. So... we're gonna every 30 seconds we're gonna have our program say, hey, how much electric steel is in there, and then it's gonna report back with a number. Okay, and then that number we are going to put that for function 1. Whoop, not random, last. So last opcode result, the result is going to be how much electric steel we are in there, that is in there. Okay, and then it's gonna say, is it greater than or equal to, and then this is what we do, 64. So if I want a stack in there at all times, it's going to say, is it greater than or equal to 64. If it is greater than, then we are going to have that function go downwards. So true would go down, and what we're going to have it do is we're going to say, we're going to have it, should we have it stop program? Stop executing at this point. You normally don't have to use this manually. I think we'll do it anyways. Pop it right there, and it doesn't have any options. Okay. And since we will put locks on there if it becomes a problem, but I think the locks are for, like, if I'm going to have different cards in here doing different programs. But since the processors aren't really that hard to make, I think I will specialize processors to do certain things. And if we're doing that, then we don't really need the lock. Okay, so then if it's false, so if it is less than 64, then we're going to have it do something else. We're going to have it start to craft something. So that means we are going to need an op, and we want it to... Okay, so we're going to have to bring all of this down. So I have space. Just like all of that. We are going to want it to check the system to see if we have the items that we need to make electric steel. Okay, and then we'll just set that like that. And then we will do just like the crafting recipe and do one of these and one of these. And if you don't remember, down here it's going to look in their system, like I said, to see if we have all of the things. If we do have all of the things, it's going to return a number of 0. If we don't, it's going to return a number of 1. Alright, so then now we are going to take this and put that right there and actually set the options. We are going to take the last function, and if it comes out to be -1 for that we don't have everything, then it's not going to do anything. It's going to end the craft. Okay, so that means we actually want it to be the other way. Oops. So true, if it equals -1, we want to stop. If false, we want it to go ahead and do this. Okay, so this one's going to say the last number, whatever that was. If it is equal to 0, which means that we did have all the items, then we are going to continue to craft. Alright, so before we get ahead of ourselves here, let's go ahead and set this one here. Now the inventory that it's going to look in, we're not going to set anything so that it looks inside the modular storage control thing again. Now the card inventory, we do actually have to, from what I understand, set up, which I don't have one, so let's go get one, a crafting recipe. Now this, I think, is going to be similar to the AE in that, like, when you set up machines, you still have a crafting card of some sort, or a crafting recipe or something. I'm not really an AE guy. I'm the logistics guy. So let's go ahead and set this. Now, I think I haven't tried this, so it could be a bust and I'll just get upset and quit the episode. But hopefully it works. Coal. Why am I putting everything in there? Okay, and then silicon. And that makes electric steel. Go in there. Alright, and I think what we can do is it will just get the items, and then the result is electric steel. Alright, I hope that works. In fact, I think I would like a different chest just to kind of, you know, a project chest like we like to do. Hold different items that we're not using right away. That, and that. Okay, so we are going to use one of the nodes, and we're going to plop it right here, and then that way we can connect to this inventory, we can connect to this inventory. We might as well grab this guy and put it on top. There we go. So then the node can connect to all of that. Let's go ahead and name our channel as steel, and you don't have to worry about private or public because it only checks in the 17 by 17. And then we're going to call this node S. That sounds good. Node S. Alright, and then let's go ahead and set our network. So net setup S. So it didn't find any of that. No, this is because the name of the node is S. The name of the network is steel. There we go, one node. Alright, so we got one node here. So we are going to keep our crafting recipe in this storage because it's going to want to look for one. So we're going to take, let's get our directions here. That way is north. So we are going to look in node S on the north side, and we don't have to do the access because chests can be accessed from anywhere. Alright, and then we are going to look for, we're not going to look for certain items because it's a crafting recipe. It'll look for what's in the crafting recipe. We're going to look at, I don't think that we have to, do we have to set this? Oh, where do we want to put the ingredients? You know what, let's put the ingredients, you know, somewhere. Okay, so that's the first one, somewhere between slot 0 and slot 8. So the first 9 be fine. And then the destination inventory, where do we want the pieces to go? Not that we're going to have pieces, but I think this is requiring pieces anyways. So we are going to look. Oh, we can't look in internal storage, can we? It won't. Oh, it's not asking where you want it to look. It's asking where do you want the pieces to go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do S, and then we are going to have it look up. And let's go ahead and take a look. So up to this storage, and it's going to put the items inside here, and that should go inside our system. And just to prove it, I've only got one of these swords, and let's do that, and it should pull it out. And then now the sword should be in here once it recognizes that it's there. And is that what it's actually called? Oh, there it is. It just took a bit to get there. There we go. Alright, so let's go on to the next thing. I think we have all of the parameters set there. We set these parameters already. I'm feeling like I should go ahead and set some locks, but we'll test it without locks first. Okay, so now we're ready to actually start crafting. So we want to go this one here. It says get along with checking if the ingredients are in there, it also gets the ingredients. So the ingredients it'll put in the first 9 slots, and let's go ahead and allocate those. There we go. So the ingredients should be in there. So now we want to pull the ingredients out and put them inside the alloy smelter. We're going to use push multiple items. So let's get that. I'll go ahead and set that aside. Alright, so then it's going to say, where's the inventory that you would like to set to push the items? So if that side is north, did I do this wrong? It's going to look, yeah, I put north. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking south. So we want it to go to node S and then look on the south side, and we want it to put it in the top. I don't know if the if it matters. You know what? I think it does matter, because I think you do this just like, you know, normally you would do in, and then just for logic's sake, we'll do out on the bottom. Okay, so back to the programmer. So it's going to push the items into the top. It's going to fill slots. I want to say that these are slots 0 through 2. Oops. There we go. 0 through 2 would be the top 3 slots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and see if we can find the tooltip here. Inventory adjacent to the block, or empty to access storage. What did I do for my auto crafting setup? Did I actually pick all of the blocks inside oh, it's saying where inside okay, down. It's saying where inside the processor are we going to look for these items. And it is going to be 1 through 8, or 0 through 8, just like before. So 0 through 8, we're going to look for them. Okay. And then external slots. Let's see. What does it mean by external slot? Optional first external slot. Is it actually optional? What did we use over here? Did I use 9? Feels like I would have used 9 if I used anything. Okay. Oh, I used 0. Alright, we'll use 0 too. And back. And 0. We'll see how that works. Okay, so it's going to go into the alloy smelter. Once everything is crafted, it's going to pick the item back up, and we want to set it back inside our processor. And our processor is this one, fetch items, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's see, it's going to ask us inventory adjacent to the block to access storage. It's going to say, well, where do you want to get items from? Node S, from the south block, which is the alloy smelter, and from the bottom, and I just passed it. There we go. Okay, and which slot are you taking it from? Does it matter? Is it optional? It does say optional, not used for storage. Let's leave it. Let's go ahead and hit 0 too, because I think the 0 is like just the default. If I can find a 0 key, there we go. And then the item that we want to take out, let's just take out whatever item. We could just put electric steel there, but I don't think that we will. And we'll do 64 in case we have a stack there waiting. Alright. Internal, where would you like the item to go to? Let's take it from slot 0 again. You want to do that? No, let's take it from 8. Alright, and then OR dictionary and routable, we're not going to do anything with. And then I think we are ready to do this. Yeah. Fetch items, put them back in the processor. And then where do you want to put it? I think slot 8 again. Okay. I think we're ready. Besides the pieces that it wants, like this example, I think it's also asking where do you want the result to go. So I think we have it set there. And I'm pretty sure we got this good to go. Let's just do steel and then test it and see what happens. See if it just starts. Hopefully it just starts right up. Wouldn't that be awesome? We'd have to wait 30 seconds first. Alright, put it in the processor. And cross our fingers. Hopefully in 30 seconds it will start to do something. Let's check to see how many steel we have right now. 36 inside. We had 37 before, but it's right there. Oh, missing craft result. Okay, let's figure out what we did wrong. Or let me figure it out and then I'll come back and tell you about it. Okay, so I got it to craft, but I didn't get it to pull the thing out. So let's go ahead and take another missing crafting ticket. What I did before, and if you look here, it actually gives you the coordinates of the thing that's messed up. So this one is 3.2, this one is 8.2. I'll show you how to read that. So the first one, 3.2, you go over 1, 2, 3, and then you go down 2, 1, 2, and it says something here is not right, and it's saying missing craft result, and this is a result. So I went ahead and I set it as electric steel. Before I was just assuming that it would look in the crafting recipe to, you know, figure it out for us, but I guess it didn't want to do that. But the good thing is that it did actually pick out the 3 items that we needed to make steel, and you see it did that. But now we need to go into 8.2 and see why it didn't pull it out. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1. You don't count the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2. Okay, so missing a ticket. So that means I didn't put it in the right slot. So let's go back to our auto crafting and see, because I know I have that set to slot 9. But I know that there is a corresponding slot to that. So you can see here slot 9. And somewhere in here I have where it's supposed slot out, slot 9. Okay, so those two have to be the same. Oh, but it didn't actually take the item. Slot out, slot 8. So I do have that. Yeah, here it is. I don't know which slot it's supposed to actually be taking out of. So let's set it to null and see if it does anything. So we're going to take this one out, put it with our other one. Hopefully I have enough supplies. I should have enough iron. The coal I got plenty of to mess around with this a little bit, and the silicon I've got plenty of, so we can let this fail a couple times. Alright, so let's save that change of taking the 0 inventory slot out and then see what it does now. So you can see it's empty. There we go. And let's look this way so we can see it light up when it does, and it should, because we didn't change any of that. Alright, come on, come on. Can't wait, can't wait. There we go. And see if it makes it, and it still doesn't take it out. Okay, we'll figure it out. Missing crafting ticket 8.2. Okay. Oh, okay, here. The ticket comes from, and let's take this out. The ticket comes from, if we were doing this, like auto crafting, here, let me get this out so that you can see it. Okay, well, it doesn't show it when you do it like that, but if you hold shift over here, it says, executes program when crafting, station request for specific items or for an inventory with crafting card. This operation sets a crafting ticket. Okay, so I guess for it to say, hey, your crafting is good, we need to actually have a ticket, and it's going to look for the ticket. So I'm thinking maybe we don't need that, but we might need to have something that takes... We're still not getting our items taken from here and put into the processor, which is something that we need to figure out. We need to figure this out. What is that slot? How do I figure this out? There's a way to see slot numbers. Is it like just holding down Alt or Control or Alt Shift or something like that? How do you see slot numbers? Is it like, oh, that's not it. Okay, there we go. I don't know. There's a way to do it, but maybe we'll have to guess. So let me guess a little bit, and yeah, I'll guess a little bit and see what's up. Okay, we're testing it again. I think I fixed it. Let's see what it does. Oh, I need to check my inventory. I didn't check to see how much steel I have. No, it should be 36, right? Come on. Come on. There we go. It's making our electric steel. And it made it. And sent it into the system. It took it out. So instead of trying to mess around with the program, all I did is since this chest goes back into our system anyways, once it's done, it's just going to pull it out and put it into our system. So we should have 37. Yep, 37. Before we had 36, 37. And now that you know we have 37, it should start here. And then we will see it get pulled out and go into our system. And once the Ender IO updates, we'll see it go up to 38. 38. There it is, 38. So there we go. Now we have automated electric steel. Isn't that awesome? And yep, it does one at a time, but at least I'll always have a stack of electric steel. You know, how often do you use it? So if every 30 seconds I get a piece of electric steel, it goes up to 64, that'll be fine. If I ever have or find myself needing like more than a stack of electric steel, then I can just up the number in the program. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of that. I broke this and put it on the side, so we'll put that back on there. Here we go. Now I would like to make sure that it's going to stop when we have 64 electric steel. So it's going to take quite a while for that to happen. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to take this out. Okay. And where are we at on electric steel? So if we get what are my numbers? 48, 16, if we get 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's just do 16. That way we'll be close. Let's go ahead and make some electric steel. I'll do that by myself here. Okay, so we are right at 62. We want to see it craft 2 more, and then we want it to craft no more. So it's going to do its thing. So now let me start telling you this. It's not like it's just for electric steel. All you have to do to add more recipes is you would get a new crafting card with new ingredients on the left side and the new what you want to make on the right side, whether it be vibrant crystal or vibrant alloy or dark steel or whatever. So you would get that, put it in here, and it's already searching your inventory, and all you would have to do is make a new program, a new one of these cards, and there's room here for more. All you would do is you would come inside here, put it in, change what you're looking for, like what item you're counting. See right here, electric steel, just change it to whatever you want it to count, dark steel. Over here it's gonna ask you what item you're trying to craft. You just gotta change that. And I don't even know why you need this here, but I guess if it's requiring it, it's requiring it. And I think that's all you have to do. After you have everything crafted, for the most part, you wouldn't be using the same slots because you wouldn't be making this stuff at the same time generally. But if you want it to be safe, if you're using these first 9 for the electric steel, and say I wanted to use this 9 for the dark steel, then you would just change like what slots it would go into. But I think for the most part, once you have whatever amount you're looking for, you're not going to be making it all the time in here, you know, because you just don't use those items at the same time. And is this done? Steel 65. Okay, so we're above 64, and I think that it is done. We don't see any more going into the system, so there we go. Electric steel is automated. I will always have at least a stack of electric steel in our inventory, and I think that that is a success. So I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm glad that we got to figure this out together, and I hope to be doing a whole bunch more with this Rftools control mod in the future. It is really awesome. Lots of stuff you can do with it, and I just saw that MC Jetty tweeted that he had already updated it, so there is a more updated version than what we have in our pack. So I hope to be getting that soon, but I know that Thor works really hard, so I'm not gonna like push him or anything. But anyways, I will see you next time. Have fun. Maybe we'll have some more Rftools control stuff next time. Maybe we'll make some paths around our base. Wouldn't that be cool? But I'll see you then. Bye.